Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining me live 3 today, July 2nd, 2021, 4th of July weekend. Hope you all are safe out there. Please have a happy and safe holiday. I'm bringing you breaking news right now, current stories, updates to stories that I've covered here on this channel. As most of you know who follow my content, it has been now 2 months since Chadwick Carr, 32 years of age, African-American male, went missing from a halfway house in Clinton, Tennessee, called The Foundation on 1105 Dutch Valley Road. I will stay on this till the very end because I do believe foul play is at hand in the disappearance of Chadwick Carr. I've been out to that said location 2 times. I've sat out there and watched and looked at this structure that housed men with various problems. And my mind told me the last visit that something is not right. Because you see, the outside is indicative of what's on the inside. And in many of you who watched that video, I told you how I felt when I was there. I didn't like being out there. I had nothing out there that I lost out there. But I was there nonetheless because a young man went missing from that said location. And his family believes that is where he was last. So I have no other reason to think that he wasn't there. Last was on the phone speaking with his sister, and then nothing. Flip-flop left behind, phone left behind, car left behind, personal belongings left behind in his room, and mentioning of sheetrock being missing from his room in the wall. What is the truth? I do believe that someone in that house is involved in the disappearance of Chadwick Carr. I do believe others are involved because you see, if I'm to believe that there are no cameras, which they must don't have any, other people had to aid the one person to get him gone. And perhaps there's more than one. Maybe it was deliberate. I don't know. I wasn't there. But somebody knows something. And if I'm to believe that he was last at this house at 1105 Dutch Valley Road, then that means somebody, plural, got him out of there. Because you have to have surveillance cameras in this day and time for safety reasons. And you are dealing with people who have various problems, chronic homelessness, mental issues, drug addictions, alcoholism, been in trouble with the law because many people go to halfway houses for different circumstances and situations. So it would be ridiculous not to have surveillance cameras at the said location. Yes, Crystal. Nothing new. Thank you, sweetheart, for joining me. No new news pertaining to Chadwick Carr. I will give you a description of Chadwick Carr. We will go from there. You can go to Facebook to get the said information pertaining to Chadwick Carr, his description, information that's being relayed to public pages pertaining to Chadwick Carr. Gender, male. Race, black. Height, 5'9". Weight, 230 pounds. Eye color, black. Hair, bald. Date of birth, 8/5/1988. County, Anderson. Residence, 1105 Dutch Valley Road, Clinton, Tennessee. This is on a poster pertaining to Mr. Carr, Chadwick, Chadwick. Second word, Carr, Carr. Known to frequently visit Knoxville, Tennessee, last seen May 1st, 2021 at 1105 Dutch Valley Road, Clinton, Tennessee. He was wearing black shorts, black tank top, and flip-flops. If you see him, please contact 911 or Anderson County Dispatch at 865-457-2414. I do not know what is going on with this investigation. The last update was June 14th pertaining to a Dateline information pertaining to Mr. Carr. You will see this flyer posted to social media pertaining to him. It is in a NBC News clipping pertaining to Mr. Carr. I will read you the information as follows. If you need verification, NBC News is the source. This is a repeat of information I brought you weeks ago. This was uploaded June 14th. It is now July 2nd. He has been missing 2 months to the date. Chadwick Carr loves to make people laugh every day. He posts some type of entertaining content for his fans, anything to bring a smile to people's faces and brighten their day. He's a comedian, or he thinks he is. His sister, Whitney Williams Carr, told Dateline with a small laugh, he's very outgoing and very much a people person. But the 32-year-old's post on social media stopped May 2nd, 2021. It is now, today, July 2nd, 2021. Chadwick Carr has been missing 2 months today. The Knox County, Tennessee native had been living in Oliver Springs area of Anderson County, Tennessee for the past several months, but kept in contact with his mother and his sister nearly every day. Whitney told Dateline she spoke to her brother on the phone the night before he disappeared. She said at first everything seemed fine, but then at some point when he set the phone down to light a cigarette, she heard talking and then the line disconnected. Whitney said she tried calling back, but he never answered. When Chad failed to show up for an early morning meeting and at his construction job the next day, his family knew something was wrong. He's been through a lot, but he's a hard worker, and he would have shown up for those responsibilities, Whitney said. And he loves his job, loves doing construction and working with his hands, building and creating things. She said they became even more concerned when Chad's cell phone, wallet, van keys, and a single flip-flop sandal were found left behind at his residence. He didn't take anything, she said. It's almost like he's a ghost, and he just vanished. Whitney and their mother, who live in Knoxville, filed a missing persons report with the Anderson County Sheriff's Office. The Knoxville police also joined the search efforts, posting pertinent information to social media, asking for the public's help. 2 weeks after Chad's disappearance, Anderson County Detective Daryl Slater released a statement on video telling reporters that they had exhausted all efforts in Knox County and asked the public to call with any tips they may have. The tips were really coming in good for the first 2 or 3 days, but none of them really panned out, Detective Slater said at the time. But I'm still hopeful. I'm not going to let this go. Chad's family refuses to give up on finding him, but say it has taken a toll on them. His sister Whitney told Dateline she's trying to be strong for their mother. That's her baby boy, she said. This is really breaking her. I'm just trying to keep it together for all of us. She's also trying to stay strong for Chad's son, who she says has the same smile and same comical personality. We don't have a lot of answers right now. What we do know is he wouldn't just walk away from his family, Whitney said. He does not do this. It makes no sense. Whitney told Dateline she's not sure what else can be done, but she hopes and prays someone will come forward with information that leads them to her brother. He had this saying he would say at the end of his Snapchat videos, "Sip on me, don't dip on me," Whitney told Dateline. So that's what I tell people. Please don't dip on me. Help me find my brother. Chad is described as being 5'9" tall, weighs 230 pounds. He was last seen wearing black shorts, black tank top, and tan flip-flops. When you go to social media and go to his page, you will see there is a photograph of Mr. Carr wearing those said items. Anyone with information on Chad's whereabouts is asked to call the Anderson County Dispatch 457-2414, area code 865. NBCnews.com is the source for this information. I brought you this information a couple of weeks ago. His sister has talked to Dateline pertaining to the disappearance of her brother, Chadwick Carr, who went missing from the Foundation, a halfway house in Oliver Springs / Clinton, whichsoever. Where is he? I'm going to say something because I'm kind of sick of this. This is nonsense to me. Somebody at that house did something, and other people are involved. There's no way I'm going to sit here and think that they're not involved. And something, just reading this article again, struck me. If he was supposed to went to a meeting that morning and also go to work, because naturally in halfway houses, they do group meetings throughout the day. So if he had a meeting that morning, why wasn't somebody called the police that he wasn't there that morning? Why did it take him not showing up to work and that said person called a friend who then called the sister to notify her that Chadwick hadn't showed up to work? I'll wait. Okay. You see, I'm going to keep saying this till I no longer have to do this, talk about these stories. Everything you need to know about a story is at the beginning of the story. Why didn't someone from the halfway house, or did they? And I could stand to be corrected. Why didn't someone file a missing persons report that morning that he didn't show up, that he wasn't in his room, that his belongings were still in the room, still at the place, car still outside? Stay woke. If all these things were left behind, plus phone flip-flop found outside, you knew he hadn't went nowhere because his car was still there. How the hell was he supposed to get from there to his job? Or had he been catching a ride? Let me say that. Had Chadwick Carr been catching a ride from the halfway house to work? Was someone picking him up? Did he carpool? Yeah, okay. You see, everything is in the details pertaining to true crime. Every little thing, every comment, every wording. You all held a meeting in that house allegedly, and Mr. Carr was not present. Did you not, house manager, house worker, not go into his room and wonder where he was? Did you go look outside to see had his vehicle moved? Had you not realized his belongings were in the room, such as clothes still there, keys still there, wallet still there, automobile outside? And did you happen to stumble across the shoe and the phone while looking to see that the car was still outside? You see, I don't miss anything. I've been woke. That's the joy of being 50 and lucid. You don't miss very much. Where is Chadwick Carr? 2 months to the date that Mr. Carr vanished from 1105 Dutch Valley Road. No social media posts, no phone calls, no texting to family members or anyone. And yet, he allegedly was supposed to attend a group meeting, which is standard in halfway house living, for those who do not know. And yet, nobody called around to his friends or family the morning of, before it was an issue with the job later in the day. Stay woke. Because you see, those people in the house are complicit to the disappearance of Chadwick Carr. There's no way I'm going to think that they're not. Until I find or hear anything different, I'm going to assume that these people at this house, the workers and the clients, are involved in the disappearance of Chadwick Carr. And if indeed something transpired in his room, you all have covered it up. And I think it's odd that the news, law enforcement, hasn't even mentioned anything about surveillance of this house, inside or outside. Because you see, that should be the first thing that was mentioned. Oh, we have video footage showing him come in, go out, leave at this time, blah, blah, blah. You want me to sit here and believe in my right damn mind you all don't have adequate surveillance at this halfway house when you have people living there who are possible criminals and mental issues? What the, you know what? Give me a break. Who are you people dicking around out there? Oh, you think the rest of us are country bumpkins? Well, I ain't. Don't let the Southern drawl fool you. This is the shy in the queen all day, and I ain't no dummy. And you might try to pull the wool over the eyes of them country folks out there in Oliver Springs, but this queen is woke. And I think it's sick that some of those people that live in that damn town, all the 12 damn people, don't even know that Chadwick Carr is missing. And I talk to people at the hardware store, at Bubba's, and ain't but a handful even know about Chadwick Carr being missing. And yes, there was, he said, she said, of an alleged drug raid or something happened at that house, which I find that way jacked up if that is true. So who's to say what the hell was going on at that damn halfway house? What the participants were involved in illegally and the people who worked there. I don't put nothing past nobody because I don't know none of you. As I love to say, my mammy didn't bring you here, so I don't know you. But I know you all know something. You clients at that house, the house manager and the house staff that was working the night Chadwick Carr went missing. You know something. And I refuse to believe there were no cameras working. And if there are or were cameras working that fateful night, where's the damn footage? Why are we not hearing about any video surveillance? Was there video surveillance at this damn place? And if not, why not? And as I told you in the previous lives, I knew of someone who was there because I saw information in a post to allude to the fact he was present when Chad was there at some time. Now, maybe he left before Chad disappeared. Maybe he didn't. But what I saw in a photo verified he was there at some point when Chad took that damn picture. And when I tried to contact this same individual, he asked me to describe Mr. Carr. I did, and he hung up on me. So possibly you were there when Chad went missing that night, and you know something. That's why you hung up the phone on the queen. But see, let me tell you something. I sleeps good at night. And that's the joy of trying to half-ass live right. I can sleep good where I lay my head. Can you sleep good where you lay your head? That's the difference. You know something about the disappearance of Chadwick Carr. Your housemates know something about the disappearance of Chadwick Carr. The house manager and or the house staff that was working know something about the disappearance of Chadwick Carr. You all did something to him, because if I am to believe that he was there that night and was on the phone with his sister, what are the probabilities left that he wasn't there? Bring us info that Chadwick Carr was not there that damn night and that he left there on his own. That area is desolate, just like most of rural areas in the country. And why would he be out roaming around at night on foot on road with no sidewalks? Too dangerous during the day or night. And I brought you all footage of that to show you what it looks like during the day. No sidewalks, no bus stops, no stores, no businesses, no nothing. Vast land and houses. That is it. That is it. So where the hell would Chadwick Carr be walking 9:30 at night? To go where exactly? To do what exactly? So what are the hypotheses pertaining to the disappearance of Chadwick Carr? He had an altercation with someone or someone's plural in the house. So they got rid of him. And they all are holding the secret. He took a walk. And what? Something happened. Somebody hit him. What? They discarded him. What? Let's just keep this real now. We don't have to dick around about it no more because it's 2 months in. Or he walked down to the end of the drive and got in the car with somebody. And something happened inside of somebody's car and they discarded Mr. Carr. Make it make sense to me. You see, if there was surveillance, I would think by now that would be the first thing law enforcement would say. We have Mr. Carr exiting the house at 0000. We have him entering the house at 0000. We have him walking down the drive from the house at 000 time. And at this 00 time, he does not come back up the drive. In the story. Point blank. You see, the surveillance, if there is surveillance, is the key to what happened to Chadwick Carr. Because you see, the surveillance is going to show the comings and goings of all clients, staff, coming and going at that address, that day, that night, that morning. Stay woke. So there'll be no misunderstandings about who did what, who went where. And I know you got to have ADT on this place. Come on, Queen. And you're going to also have that little doorbell that rings every time the door opens and closes. Come on, Queen. So you know when the clients are coming in and out of a door. Stay woke, because I'm woke. I've been woke. And I know that's the missing piece of the story. Why has there been no mention of surveillance of the house and the property due to the fact it is a halfway house and you're dealing with people who are possible criminals, wayward, so on and so forth. Some mandated by the court to go there. Ain't no sugarcoating this. So why in the hell would you not have surveillance cameras inside the domain and outside the domain? And as I stated, the clincher is, if we are to believe there was a meeting that morning with the residents and the staff, why didn't somebody alert his family that he was missing from the group before he allegedly would have showed up to work? Or did you do that? And I'll stand to be corrected if you have. You didn't think to call a friend, mother, somebody that morning when you saw that his van was still there? His belongings, car keys, wallet, clothes, belongings were still in the damn room. So as I said, how did he get from the home to his job? Because if I'm to believe messages didn't get passed about Chadwick Carr disappearing until afternoon or evening, then that means the conspiracy brewed from last night, the night before, into the morning, into the afternoon. Stay woke. Bring me a receipt that somebody called his mama, somebody, friend, next of kin, emergency contact the morning of May 2nd, that he was a no-show in the meeting. And then somebody called his job, Stay Woke, and said, did Chadwick Carr show up to work? Instead of the job calling a friend, whomever, to say, have you seen Chadwick Carr? He didn't show up to work. Yeah, that part. You see, I keep trying to tell you all, everything is in the details. That's why you are supposed to listen. Speak later. Because you see, everything about this story is funky. And it's funky because of what you ain't been told. What has not been revealed. You got all these cars outside on the property, disarray of stuff outside on the property, white woman running across the yard, cussing and fussing. So what I had to tell myself, what kind of halfway house is this? Who is this Caucasian woman out here hooping and hollering like she just got through grazing out of a field with the cows? Yeah, I said it. Very unprofessional for a halfway house. Very unprofessional. I don't know what the hell y'all got going on at this place. I don't know who the hell owns it, runs it. Yes, there's he said, she said about who owns it, runs it. Could be all just talk. Could be just some crazy person making up stuff. I don't know, don't care. But what I do know is the people who lived at that house May 1st, May 2nd, 2021 on 1105 Dutch Valley Road, the foundation. You all are complicit in the disappearance of Chadwick Carr. You know something, you heard something. And no way in my right mind I'm going to believe you all do not know what the fuck happened to Chadwick Carr. Because I had to sit here and think about what I just read in this NBC News clipping. The group meeting says it all. You see, sometimes we overlook things when we listen to news stories, we read articles, and I always tell people that. Go back to the beginning. Because everything you need to know is at the beginning of the story. Chadwick didn't show up for group. See, that's sign number one of the conspiracy. Because like I said, if a staff member did not notify next of kin or his job May 2nd, early morning, when he did not show up to group, the conspiracy began right there. Because that's all I want to hear is that somebody from that house notified his next of kin, emergency contact, and his job that he didn't show up to group, that his bed was not slept in. Come on, Queen. His belongings are still there, were there. And then the job would have said, oh, no, he didn't show up to work. So that means the job wouldn't have had no reason to call on their own. Because you would have been the one calling them to see had he went to the damn job. Come on, Queen. See, I ain't what y'all want. You see, that's why a lot of people ain't used to the Queen And they'll never get used to the queen, because I'm going to do what most people are scared to do. I'm going to ask the pertinent questions. I'm going to give my commentary on the questions, and I won't leave a stone unturned, because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. See, you rednecks out there think somebody stupid. But this queen ain't. And maybe you think you can dick around and duck around and play word and mind games with his family and the community about his disappearance, but I'm woke. And I'm going to keep Chadwick's name on this channel till the very end. And I'm going to throw your name out there till the very end, until you cough up the goods on Chadwick Carr. You dirty SOBs did something to that young man. And you're walking around as if it's nothing. And you're huffing and puffing and breathing oxygen that you don't fucking deserve. But I'm going to tell you something. The truth will be revealed. And whosoever, be it 1, be it 8, be it 10, has knowledge, conspired, aided in any way to harming Chadwick Carr, all y'all asses going down. Because let me tell you something. People talk. And people can't hold water. And there will be that one time when you all think it's all good and you in the clear. Somebody gonna do some pillow talking. And somebody gonna go back and repeat what was told to them in confidence. Best thing you all can do out there at the foundation is get you some surveillance cameras, so there won't be another disappearance of a client from the property. And that way, it won't be a news story or a YouTube video. How about that? Whoever owns the foundation, you are complicit as well. Because I find it very interesting that you have not spoken on behalf of Chadwick Carr as being your client and being concerned to the whereabouts of Mr. Carr. And you have not made any type of plea to the public that you are helping and aiding the FBI, the Sheriff's Department, and the Clinton Olive Springs Police, whosoever is in charge, to finding Mr. Carr. Why is that? Yeah, let's speak on that before I check out of here. Why haven't you spoken up to say, we're concerned about the safety of our former client? We're concerned. We're here to help men get their lives on track, get themselves together. He was a bright young man. He was doing well here. We didn't have a problem out of him here. We are devastated that he is missing from here. We have no idea where he is, where he went, what happened to him. And we will help by all means necessary in finding out what happened to Chadwick Carr. Why have we not heard nothing from you? Yeah, I'm crunk. Because this is despicable that you have said nothing to the news about aiding in finding Mr. Carr. Releasing video surveillance of that house that night into the wee hours and next day. Because like I said, that's going to be the key to finding out what happened to Chadwick Carr. The surveillance cameras, footage. And what's going to be jacked up is if you do have surveillance, that timeline from 9 o'clock to the next damn morning, you ain't got no damn footage. Yeah, that part. You all are dirty, man. You all are some dirty ass people. You all some dirty ass people out there. And as I've told people about this area, it is vast land in East Tennessee. And if a person has harmed another human being, they can discard you anywhere, even in plain sight. And I don't want to think the worst of Mr. Carr, but how can I think otherwise when there's been no news of a sighting, phone call, text, nothing? Prayers to his family. And prayers that they get answers. Prayers that we all get answers. Because people need to know the truth. The people living out there in that community need to know the truth about that foundation. They need to know that perhaps this is a cover-up in the disappearance of Chadwick Carr. They need to know what the hell is going on because they live out there. They work out there. They know the people in the community. They pay taxes out there. His family needs to know the truth. Everybody needs to know the truth pertaining to the foundation. People need to know what kind of people you are. And that possibly you're seedy people. And your staff is seedy. And your clients are seedy. Because to me, this is a mad cover-up. Because if we're going to believe what has been told to us by the sister, that she last spoke to her brother at that property and his personal effects were left behind, then what is the alternative to where Mr. Carr is? And why would he leave his personal effects behind when he just purchased a car the day before his disappearance? If you have any information pertaining to the whereabouts of Mr. Carr, please notify Clinton City Police and/or the FBI. And I will bring you this number, and I will check out of here. And I thank you all for joining me. Chadwick William D. Carr is an African-American male, standing at 5'9", 230 pounds, bald, born 8/5/1988, missing from Anderson County at 1105 Dutch Valley Road, Clinton, Tennessee. Foundation is the name of the home structure that is a halfway house for men. And this is the last place where he was seen, heard from, talking to his sister on a telephone. And all contact social media posts stopped on May 2nd, 2021. And today marks 2 months to the date that Chadwick Carr stopped responding to any type of conversation, phone, social media posts, communication. Please notify the authorities if you have information pertaining to Chadwick Carr, 32 years of age, missing from Anderson County. You can go to his Facebook page to get the latest updates pertaining to Mr. Carr, social media posts posted by people who know him. And if you have information, please call the Anderson County Dispatch at 865-457-2414. Chadwick Carr. If you are out here, know that people are concerned about you and need to hear from you. So please contact them if you can. But if this is a worst case scenario, whomever is behind the disappearance of Chadwick Carr, know that we will not rest until we get to the truth of where he is. Not now, not never. Because he is somebody's child, somebody's brother, somebody's friend, somebody's father. And the truth deserves to be told, and it will be told. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All donations are accepted. Thank you for your time. Today is a day of back-to-back lives pertaining to breaking news and updates. Prayers for Chadwick Carr's family. Prayers for Deshina Kyle, 26, African-American female, also missing from East Tennessee. These are two neighboring counties where two African-Americans are missing. Chadwick Carr from Anderson County and Deshina Kyle, 26, from Knoxville City. Both neighboring counties. Two missing. Both Black. Both worthy. And yes, Black lives do matter. This is Everyday Shenanigans.